7-iron like John Davis at 3.
You suck, you jackass. I can make things out of clay and made by the bay. I just made.
There is old Mr. Three Wiggle, isn't there?
Take drugs, Danny? Every day.
Good. Still going.
All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to For the Game podcast, episode 10, brought to you by the guys at GolfDoods. This is the second edition of our U.S. Open coverage, coming to you straight from Friday night. The tournament just ended a few hours ago. It's dark now in California. We have full leaderboards, tee times, and groupings coming up for you, along with some weather forecasts, some course conditions, and just how the tournament's progressing in general. So far, leaderboard is going to run you down real quick. We got Richard Bland, 47-year-old Richard Bland, at the top of the leaderboard. Kind of an inspiring story. He just won the European Masters, 20 years on the European Tour. It's his first win ever. Pretty inspiring story. He's up at the top winning a U.S. Open right now. Then we have Russell Henley, Louis Oosthuizen, Matthew Wolff, Bubba Watson, John Rahm, Kevin Streelman. That's taking us to tied to 7. I'm liking the way John Rahm is hitting the ball around the course. He didn't actually play too well tee to green today, but he kept it together. His second fairway he hit was on the 13th hole. John Rahm.
He's a great driver golf ball.
I know, and he still somehow kept it together.
Yeah.
Also liking Bubba Watson. Louis Oosthuizen has been looking super smooth out there today. But I know you are liking your pick this week. He's doing pretty well. Your horse is running strong.
Yeah, he is. San Diego boy.
Loves the course, familiar with it. What'd you see in him today? Did you see him playing well? What'd you like about him?
Yeah, man. The only thing I really wish is that he probably, just like him, I wish he'd have made a couple more putts. And he'd probably be sitting right at that 4-under mark. But like you said after the round, man, he's likes where he's at. He's comfortable. He just says, just need to hang around for Sunday.
It's true.
Simple as that, man.
And like you said, he's been knocking at the door. I think it's time somebody lets him in. He actually went 1 over on the back and 1 under on the front. Pretty mediocre day out there. But somehow with the U.S. Open, that's kind of all you need to do sometimes. Just hang around for the weekend and get ready for moving day.
Typically, if you shoot even, at least two of the 4 days, you're in the hunt at the U.S. Open. It's going to be tough.
That's how it should be. We're at -5 right now. 5 under is the leading score right now. But we know how that goes. This course is only going to get less forgiving as the weekend goes on. Right. I think the leaders are going to come back. As opposed to people going and catching the leaders. I think it's going to be a drop back, and we will see a 2-3 under finish, I hope. But speaking of some guys back in the pack, we have hovering right around even or +1. We got Brooks Koepka. We got Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, and even Phil and DJ are hovering around 2 over. So
yeah, can't count those guys out, man. You don't know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. You get a few. You get some of the leaders come back a few. You get these guys come out and get a hot start. Who knows what Saturday's going to lead to? It's going to be amazing.
I think the greens are going to dry out a little bit.
Yeah, 100%, man. Speaking of difficult greens, the greens proved to be a little too difficult for a few players this weekend. That was a shocker to us, and I think a lot of people in the golf world. We actually had both of these guys as our dark horses, and there's a reason a dark horse is a dark horse. Sometimes they suck, okay? Sometimes you're just wrong when you pick them. Justin Rose, I think I heard his name, Golf Central, the pre-games. Everyone was talking about Justin Rose.
He plays great at the majors, so
He always does. Not in 2021, apparently. Also, Tony Finau in that dreaded cut line. Another player, California
he
guy.
played awful,
Yeah, he did. He played awful, and he saw his way out of the tournament. And then the only other notable cut is Victor Hovland, which wasn't even a cut. This guy hits a shot out of the bunker. Some sand flies up, gets in his his left eye, and tries to play on. Doctor has to come on and consult him about halfway through the round. And on 11, he ended up withdrawing. Sad to see.
Freaking shame, dude. He's a phenomenal young golfer.
Yeah, 100%. But let's talk about the course conditions. Like we said, the weekend's going to get tougher. It's going to get faster. It's going to dry out. The first 2 days, we actually had a whole bunch of overcast and some marine layer, and it ended up delaying the first round by about 90 minutes.
90 minutes,
yeah. And it also softened up the golf course a whole lot. So you had some early scores coming out, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under, and people were starting to get a little worried. But the sun came out, marine layer burned off, and the afternoon groups had a little bit of a tougher time. You looked into the weather, B, and A little backstory: Brandon used to he's actually a certified pilot, and so he's always good at checking the weather. If we're ever golfing or going anywhere, this is the dude you want checking the weather. He knows the sites, and he looked into weather conditions this weekend. What did you find out,
I guess
Brandon?
something to really be proud of.
Yeah.
Kind of lame.
What'd you find out?
Dude, ton of sun. Wish we were there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's going to be any kind of fog. I even looked at some aviation forecasts. I didn't see anything.
Nice. So we can prepare for on schedule tee times on Saturday and Sunday. It looks like.
And like you said, the course is going to drop. It's going to be relatively warm for San Diego. I guess 73,
Nice.
75 on Sunday.
Oh God, how tragic! How tragic for San Diego. Yeah, I mean, look, in this type of grass, it is interesting because, like we talked about just a minute ago, you have the leaders all going out at the end of the day playing these West Coast courses, which, as we've seen, they dry out at the end of the days. Some of the grass gets a little bumpy. Some of the putts get a little jumpy. It's going to get harder for the leaders. It's going to be fun to watch, man.
Super excited. The guy that, of course, Xander was my pick.
Yeah.
On Wednesday night, but the guy that I would love to see even more than Xander would be Louis Oosthuizen, man.
Yeah.
We were talking about it before the show. Literally has one PGA Tour win. I don't understand it. And
I know.
It came in 2010, so it just really doesn't even make sense to me. That dude was always there. He got second at the PGA, right behind Phil, and we know he's obviously got the major at the Open. But
that's one of those stats that you just don't believe it. You see that name so much. He is a staple on the PGA Tour, and you would I'd assume he'd be one of those 4 to 7 win guys. But no, it's he has one major. He's playing so well today. He actually is. Xander looks like he has a really good grasp on the course. Louis really looks like he has a handle on this golf course, and he looks so good today, man.
One of the best freaking golf swings in all of golf.
Yeah.
I even kind of went back and looked a little bit. He actually got a T second in 2015 at the U.S. Open.
Really?
And T second in 2017, and then obviously 2021, and then a straight second at the 2012 Masters. So he's been there.
Yeah, totally, man. Well, it's kind of like Xander. I mean, Xander has I think a couple second place finishes just this last Masters, he was the one chasing Hideki Matsuyama all the way down.
Doesn't hit him. Doesn't hit him one on 16.
We talked about it already, but man, that dunks it in the water on 16, heartbreak, and that face he made. Still to this day, I still see it pop up. People are still posting it on memes. It's great. Let's get into when and where can we watch these guys? Tee times and pairings for tomorrow. My two favorite pairings that we have Justin Thomas and Colin Morikawa. They go off at 12:07 Pacific time. If you're on the East Coast, that is 3:07 for you. And then my other favorite is Bubba Watson and John Rahm. I think it's going to be a super fun group to watch. They go off around 1:13, East Coast 4:13. And a couple other groups that are exciting. Early in the morning, if you're looking to watch a couple groups, the 8:05 grouping of Jordan Spieth and Paul Casey is going to be that's a good one. It's an enjoyable group to watch. Paul Casey should have played a lot better on a course like this. Just didn't, but hopefully he'll pull it together for the weekend. Again, 11:05 East Coast time. And then your boy, Xander Schauffele and Scotty Scheffler, two awesome.
Dallas boy, too. Let's go.
Yeah, so that's 12:51 or 3:51 East Coast. So that's how you can watch. Now, the coverage tomorrow, they're doing Golf Central, kind of typical coverage for a Saturday. Golf Central in the morning, and then depending on where you are, it switches over to NBC. And then after, if it runs late, which we don't expect it to with no weather delays, but they've been running everything on Peacock, a new streaming service that NBC is working with. And it's for free, actually. All you have to do is...
Did you watch it on Peacock?
I did. Well,
how was it?
It was great, man. It was free. I got to watch it for free, put my headphones in. It was awesome. Finished out the round.
Good for you, days. Peacock.
Yeah.
Let's see some streams.
Exactly. And golf, there's nothing worse than when you wake up early for a tournament, or if it goes late and they just don't have coverage for it and you can't watch it. There's nothing worse in the world than being up early and not being able to have coverage of a golf tournament. No. All right, a few other things that went down so far in this tournament have nothing to do with golf, but we're so excited to see it. We got more Brooks and Bryson drama, okay? It's continuing.
He's living in his head rent-free.
Yeah, he is. I think so. But Brooks did come out and say that yesterday he tweeted that no matter what he had to shoot, he was going to make sure he was in a Saturday grouping with Bryson DeChambeau. And it almost happened. They actually ended up in the same score, just a few names off of a grouping. So we're not going to see a Brooks Bryson grouping yet.
That's a shame. God, that would be crazy fun.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to see it soon. It's just not happening yet. But also, I don't know if you saw this. Brooks was giving an interview and Bryson was walking behind. And just to keep it going, he jumps in screen. It was pretty good. But I don't even think Brooks noticed. But you can be the judge and decide yourself. But anything that's Brooks and Bryson, we're all about. We want to see it. All right, so we made some picks in our first podcast, and some of them are doing okay. One is doing really well, and one just totally shit the bed. You might notice tonight that our third compadre, Mark, is not with us. He's in Orange County, California. Couldn't make it to a microphone and a camera tonight, so we're filling in for him. But his pick, Justin Rose, absolutely shit the bed. Missed the cut. I mean, I think he was like 9 over or something. So his pick's not doing too well. My pick, Rory McIlroy, is hovering around 1 over. He's in it. He's playing okay. He's got some sweet shoes that Nike gave him for the weekend. So I'm excited to see him playing those at least, if nothing else. But your pick, my friend, he's doing well.
Yeah, I just had a really weird intuition about him, man. I don't know. Just because he's always there at so many tournaments, I would love, and I should have the stat, but I would love to look at the top 10s, even the top 5s.
Yeah.
In the last 3 years on the PGA Tour, he's got to be there. I call him Mr. Consistent.
Yeah.
Just knock on the door. I thought he wanted some revenge after what happened at the Masters. That was his Masters, I really thought.
That's weird, though. Yeah, but that's what you call me. Do you call everybody that? That's
No, just Xander.
us too?
No.
Oh, you don't call me that.
No.
Oh, okay. That's weird. All right, well.
But no, man. And then just being from San Diego, going to San Diego State, hanging around there, playing that course all his life. He actually said in the interview he's never played it this time of year because they've always been traveling.
I knew you were going to do your research. I knew your pick was going to be pretty good. I hope you don't win. I don't want to pay you, but he's heading in the right direction.
Let's go.
All right, so we got one more podcast. We're going to do a post-round wrap-up on Sunday night when all the excitement is over, and we're going to get you anything else that develops through the weekend. This gave you some tee times, gave you some course conditions, some weather conditions for the weekend. I hope it caught you up on where we are on the 2021 U.S. Open. I want to real quick throw something to our sponsors. Give a shout-out real quick to SweetRollsGolf.com and KegSmiths.com. Go check those guys out on their websites. PFP15 will get you 15% off anything on their websites. From GolfDoods, my name is Jeff Lewis. With us, as always, is Brandon Fletcher. We'll see you guys on Sunday night. Cheers.
Let's go, bro.
US Open.